everybody, and welcome back to Bazzar Repairs and Reviews. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. So today we have the Hiipoo, or you can call it Hiipoo, drill. So this drill was sent to me by Hiipoo, I'm just going to call it, because I see the icon of the Hiipoo. So they wanted me to review this drill. This is a really cheap drill. It's only, let's see, $29 on Amazon. So, you know, I didn't expect much of it, but I was actually quite impressed with it. So I'm just going over, just showing you what the box looks like. And some of the specs we'll get into later, but you can use it for screwdriving and drilling. And I actually have a smaller drill that it's just not powerful enough. So this is going to be pretty cool, drill that can give me a little bit more power. Alright, so let's get this thing unboxed. You can see it has a cool yellow color there. Alright, so you have some of these screws with little studs. It's pretty nice that they included in the box. It has different sizes. Alright, so let's see what else we got here. Alright, we got the charger there. 20 volts max, 1300 milliamp hour lithium ion battery. You have your little battery checker there where you can check the status of the battery. Looks pretty good, looks solid, definitely feels pretty good, doesn't feel cheap at all. Okay, there we got our standard charger there. Let's see if there's anything else in the box. And then we have this little device here that you can use. It's really cool, actually. You can get into any hard to reach places. It's almost like a snake with a drill attachment on the end. We'll test that later, but this can come in really handy in those hard to reach places. So it's really cool that they included this. They didn't have to, but they did. And you got your bits here that are just in a little container. Like I said, nothing fancy, but they do work. And we'll get into those a little more later as well. But it gives you pretty much everything you need to get started. But last but not least, this is why you came. This is the battery-powered cordless drill. It feels really good. I'm not going to lie. For $29, you'd think it'd feel really cheap. Trigger feels good. Listen to this. We'll move the... I mean, it clicks well. It's really nice. Alright, so on the end, like any standard drill, you just go ahead and screw it in and out to get your drills off, drill bits in and out. Feels really snug. Sounds great. I mean, I have a Milwaukee drill. And I'm not going to compare this to Milwaukee, but it feels really good. Almost as close as the Milwaukee. Alright, so now let's get the battery pack off and charge the battery. And then we'll go over some of the features of the drill. And we'll go over some of the attachments. And then we'll put this thing to the test. Okay, so we're just going to plug in the battery. We'll see if we get any indicator lights so we know whether or not it's charged or not. Okay, so there we go. Right on the top, you'll see the light's red, and there's a second light there that'll turn green when it's done. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and throw a drill bit in. Just want to see how tight this thing gets. Make sure it's nice and snug and that the bit doesn't fall out. Okay, so I'm tightening it to its max here, and it feels really good. The bit's staying in place. Okay, same thing with this little snake device here. Just want to make sure it fits in. And it does. It locks in perfectly fine. And we'll test this in a little bit. yeah, really safe. Feels really good to the touch. Okay, so here's just a couple of the specs. You got 20 volts, 221 pounds, 650 RPMs, and 1300 milliamp hour. It just shows you your max drilling capacity. Pretty much like any standard drill. Okay, so we already got the green light. This thing charged up pretty fast. Only took about 20 minutes or so. I'm just not sure how low the battery was. Alright, so let's put this thing to the test. So I got a drill bit in, just a little piece of wood here I'm holding by hand, and let this thing go. Now my other drill would not be able to drill through this. It just doesn't have the torque. But as you can see, this handled this very well, no problems at all. So I'm confident that this can pretty much drill through anything you're going to need in the household. Now we're going to go ahead and put on the screwdriver attachment and test that as well. So you want to make sure you have the right screwdriver bit, or it can strip really easily. I just wanted to see how easy these screws came out, and they came out very easily. That torque comes in handy when you need it. All right, let's get that off and throw the snake bit, as I call it. Which probably has another name, but I like the snake. So same thing, we're going to go ahead and throw on the screwdriver bit and just see if we can get this to unscrew pretty easily. You do need to hold it in place and make sure the drill is not going too fast, but it actually pulls out the screws quite nicely. Nice. Alright, here's just one more piece of wood I'm going to drill through right below my dog's bowl. No problems at all. Okay, so one con that I found was with the screwdriver bits. I was out there using them and I noticed that they started to chip off and strip quite easily. So just beware that the screwdriver bits are not that good of quality, but hey, what do you expect for a $29 drill? But I gotta say, the drill is great. Alright, and that's the Hiipoo 20 volt battery powered cordless drill. I gotta say, I was quite surprised with this, and I'm not gonna lie. This was a cheap drill. I thought it wasn't gonna perform adequately, but it did just that. And with the extra attachments, it's pretty cool. As I said, with the bits, just make sure you understand you probably want to use your own bits. Those ones are pretty cheap, so those you probably don't want to use those all the time. The drill bits are fine. It's just the screwdriver bits definitely scraped off and warped a little bit. Other than that, I'm going to rate this about a 7 out of 10. I will be using this in my house. I'll put the link in the description, and if you guys would like to buy it, please do. And we'll see you on the next video. Oh, and don't forget, you'll have a discount code in the description.